Some people walk through life with no filter. Their thoughts come out raw, unedited, and uncensored. And for all the controversy that style can stir, there's a strange beauty baked into it. When a person speaks without filtering themselves, you often get the truth before you get the polish. You get honesty before the presentation. They aren't calculating how their words land or rehearsing sentences in their mind. They simply say what they mean, and in a world so full of masks, where so many of us bite our tongues to fit in, that can be refreshing. Unfiltered people can be the ones who tell you what others won't. They'll tell you the food you cooked is bland. They'll tell you that you look tired. They'll ask the question everyone else tiptoes around. And while that can sting, it can also set you free. Sometimes we need blunt truth before we can grow. Sometimes the harsh sentence is the one that wakes us up. Their lack of filter can bring laughter into the room too, because the world is funny. And when someone reacts to it in real time without worrying about how it's supposed to sound, the humor hits differently. It feels real. It feels human. And maybe that's the greatest good they offer. They remind us of authenticity. That personality is louder than perfection. That sincerity is more powerful than rehearsed language. I think the world needs those people, not to dominate every conversation, but to keep us grounded. Because when everyone is afraid to speak their real mind, we lose something vital: honesty, curiosity, and the space to be ourselves. So yes, unfiltered minds can be messy. They can test your patience, but they can also teach you courage. They can challenge you to stop living scared of what other people might think. And maybe, just maybe, they help us edge closer to the truth we'd rather avoid about the world and about ourselves. Now, with all that being said, let's look at the flip side. For all the positives that come from people who say exactly what they're thinking, there's a flip side worth acknowledging, because a life without filters can also turn reckless. When someone speaks before they think, their words have sharp edges, and words are powerful. They can bruise self-worth, they can humiliate, they can divide a room. Not every thought we have deserves a microphone, especially the ones that come from frustration, ignorance, or heat of the moment emotion. People with no filters sometimes confuse honesty with harshness. They think blunt equals brave, but being unfiltered doesn't automatically make you truthful. It can just make you careless. Some speak their mind because it's easier than showing empathy. Others fire off opinions without considering what someone else is already fighting through internally. And once those words escape, they can't be pulled back. A world without any filters becomes chaotic. The friend who tells it like it is might actually be tearing others down. The coworker who doesn't sugarcoat could be justifying rudeness. Authenticity doesn't require cruelty, and courage doesn't require volume. Filters exist for a reason. They help us weigh kindness against honesty. They help us time the truth properly. They make us ask, is this helpful? Is this necessary? Is it loving? Because unfiltered words delivered at the wrong moment can wreck relationships, ruin first impressions, or scar someone who's already vulnerable. The best people, the wise ones, find balance. They hold honesty in one hand and compassion in the other. They still speak the truth, but they carve it carefully, so it strengthens instead of shattering, so it guides instead of humiliating. So yes, celebrate the bravery that comes with speaking your mind. But never forget that true strength lives in restraint. The ability to pause, breathe, and shape your words, that's not weakness, that's maturity. Because honesty without heart is just noise. And the loudest person in the room is rarely the one who's truly listening. I'd like to wrap this up by saying this. If unfiltered people remind us to be real, and the damage of careless words reminds us why restraint matters, then there's a third space where both truths meet: honesty with heart. It's the ability to say what you believe without breaking someone in the process, to speak directly but never cruelly, to offer truth but wrap it in consideration. This is the sweet spot, the art of filtered honesty. Sometimes the hardest conversations are the ones that matter most. Telling a friend their habits are hurting them, telling a coworker something isn't working, admitting to someone you love that you're disappointed. Those moments require courage. But courage without compassion becomes an attack, and silence becomes avoidance. What we need is thoughtful courage. Thoughtful courage asks 3 questions before words leave our lips. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If all 3 hold up, then speaking isn't just allowed, it becomes an act of love, because truth delivered with care can lift someone up. It can correct them without humiliation. It can guide their future instead of haunting their past. Being honest with heart means you still speak boldly, but you do it in a way that preserves dignity. You still refuse to pretend, but you also refuse to belittle. It's the difference between saying, "That idea is stupid," and saying, "I think there's a better approach, and here's why." One wounds, the other strengthens. And when you learn that balance, people listen. They don't brace themselves when you open your mouth. They lean in because they know that even if your words are uncomfortable, they're rooted in sincerity, not ego, not superiority, not impulse. Filters aren't barriers, they're guides. They remind us that other people experience life just as deeply as we do. They carry insecurities, hopes, and private battles. And when you speak the truth with that awareness, your voice becomes more powerful, not less. So to the unfiltered heart, stay bold, stay real, but sharpen your delivery. Let honesty build, not break. The strongest voice isn't the one that speaks loudly. It's the one that speaks responsibly and still finds a way to be kind.